Hi guys! Today on Divas Can Cook, we are taking lots of fresh apples and a very simple vanilla glaze and creating this amazingly moist and soft and fluffy and dense and delicious old-fashioned apple cake. I love this stuff. Let's go. Alright, so the first thing we're going to do is start with our dry ingredients. We're going to measure out our flour. And let me tell you guys, I am loving these clear measuring cups because I can see everything. I can see if I have any air pockets in there. Everything's measured beautifully and correctly. I love those. I got that from Pamper Chef, I think. So if you know somebody that sells Pamper Chef, yeah, get some measuring cups, honey. Okay, so we're going to dump this into a bowl just like that. I'm going to add in my baking soda and some salt. Next comes our cinnamon, our nutmeg, and allspice. Go ahead and dump that in. We're going to get our little whisk here and just whisk it all around. Make sure you really mix it up good because you don't want no little pockets of baking soda in your cake, you know, not good. Okay, that's done. Let's move on to our wet ingredients. I have my butter. I can't believe I didn't do half butter flavor shortening. Oh, I would have done that, but yeah. Okay, now I'm going to add in my white sugar. Next, I'm going to add in my brown sugar. And yeah, I should have had a bigger bowl, girl. Yes, oh my gosh. Okay, so I'm going to mix this up until it's all creamy and well combined. And then I'm going to add in my fresh eggs. All right, just crack those into your bowl and mix it up really well. And you know what I love about this cake, you guys, is that it's just so simple. The ingredients are very basic. It has that old-fashioned, you know, just simple. Little simple ingredients. There's not, of course, you can add coconut, you can add nuts, you can add little toffee or caramel bits, but if you just want a nice basic, this is it right here. Okay, that was some vanilla extract and some butter extract going in. I just mixed those two together and then dumped them in. I'm going to go ahead and just mix this up until it's creamy like that, and then I'm going to dump in some applesauce. You can use cinnamon applesauce if you want to. That was just plain old applesauce in there. Alright, and mix it up really well, just like that. Now, the batter's going to get really splotchy when you put the applesauce in, so don't be alarmed, you didn't mess anything up. Okay, now it's time to move to our apples. I'm using Grandma Smith because I love Granny Smith apples with any kind of apple desserts. It's nice and tart and I like it, but you can use your favorite apple, okay? Alright, so I'm going to peel these apples and then I'm going to dice them up into little teeny pieces. I don't like big chunks of apple in my like bread or cake or anything like that, so I always dice it up really small. You can even shred some up if you want to as well, okay? But yeah. Alright, now we can move into our buttermilk because you knew it was coming. Buttermilk, okay? There's everything that we need. So let's go ahead and just put this cake together. I'm going to mix my wet ingredients into my dry ingredients. Now this looks a little thick because I actually went to the store for like 2 hours and I came back and I'm like, oh my god, my wet ingredients are so thick. But yeah, yours won't be that thick. Now we're going to alternate adding the dry ingredients into the wet ingredients with our buttermilk. And I'm still getting my voice back, so yeah, I'm a little scratchy, you know. Okay, that was some cinnamon going into my apples because I wanted them to be coated in cinnamon because I love apples and cinnamon so much. I'm going to dump my apples into my cake batter just like that. Now, I had about 3 cups, but I think I only used like 2.5, but you can throw all 3 cups in if you want to, honey. Now, I've already greased and floured my little pan, my little bundt pan, so I'm going to add my batter into the pan, just plop it on in there, honey, just like that. Perfect. Go ahead and give it a little shake and a jiggle and a pop and a lock and a twerk to get all those air bubbles out. And into the oven it goes at 350 for about 50 minutes, okay? 50 minutes. When it comes out, place it on a cooling rack and let it cool off in the pan until the pan is warm. And then you can go ahead and just plop it out just like that and let it finish cooling completely on the cooling rack. Now for the glaze, you guys, guess what? I accidentally deleted that footage. But it was very simple glaze. I've done a video on it before, so I'll link that below. And of course, the recipe is on my blog at divasandcook.com, so go on over there and check it out. We're going to go ahead and once the cake has cooled off completely, we're going to drizzle it with this very simple glaze. And you can add different extracts in the glaze if you want to. You can also sprinkle on some coconut and some walnuts or pecans, you know, on the glaze. But I didn't do that. I wanted to keep it very simple and old-fashioned, just the way I remember having this cake on rainy days when my grandmother used to make it. I used to love it so much. We're going to go ahead and let the icing firm up, and then you will be ready to serve it. All right, I want you guys to see the inside of this cake because the inside of this cake is like dumb moist. Look at that. Can you just look at that and tell how moist and tender it is? That crumb texture is so dense, not like a pound cake type dense, kind of like a you know, banana bread dense. You know, it's so fluffy and just moist, and it gets better the next day. I love cakes like that. But yeah, that's it, you guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to subscribe. Later.